This is lesson 3.4, example 5 out of 5. This is the last one, promise. You might be wondering to yourself, what is the point of finding the least common multiple? I know the greatest common factor is so I have to divide less when I'm simplifying fractions, but why am I finding the least common multiple? Well, we're dealing with fractions, as I said, and least common multiple is the same thing as least common denominator, least common denominator. You should know that you cannot add or subtract fractions when they're like this, when you have different bottom numbers, different denominators. So you need to find a common denominator, and the easiest way to do that is to find the least common multiple of your denominators, which we shorten to least common denominator. So we need to find the least common denominator, or LCD, which is not liquid crystal display, you TV fans. Our least common denominator of 3/8 and 1/2. To do that, we need to look at the denominators, which are 8 and 2. So we need to find the least common multiple of 8 and 2. We can count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Count by 8s, 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. And what is our least common multiple here? The smallest number that they both have in common is, of course, 8. So, our least common denominator, our LCD, is 8. And that's as far as we're going to go today. We're not even going to equivalize our fractions, although we could. So 3/8, 1/2 needs to change into some number of 8s. 3/8 is fine. So how do I go from 2 to 8? Times 4. What do to the bottom? I have to do the top, times 4. And my least common denominator will give me a new fraction of 4/8. And that is why we're finding the least common multiple.